You used AI to create content, but do you actually own it? That's the million-dollar question. U.S. copyright law hasn't caught up to AI yet, and the legal loopholes are staggering. In this episode of Undumb Marketing, we uncover what's protected, what's not, and what this means for creators, brands, and marketers. If AI is part of your content strategy, you won't want to miss this one.
All right, so let's dive into something that's been like kind of all over the internet lately.
Yeah.
Like AI and copyright,
It's everywhere.
Yeah. And maybe you're already playing around with AI for your own creative projects, or maybe you're just trying to keep up with all the legal stuff swirling around AI-generated content. Either way, this deep dive's for you. We've got some articles and research that are going to hopefully shed some light on all this.
Definitely.
And trust me, it's way more interesting than it sounds.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's really fascinating how
Yeah.
we're seeing this brand new technology clashing head on with some pretty old laws.
Yeah, copyright law,
Yeah.
as it stands, is
Totally.
all built around the idea of humans being the creators.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
But then what happens with AI?
right.
Can something created by AI actually be copyrighted?
That's the question, right?
Yeah.
That's the million-dollar question everyone's asking.
Yeah.
And the answer under U.S. law right now is
Yeah.
actually no.
Really?
Only things created by humans
Wow.
are eligible for copyright protection.
So even though AI can create some pretty amazing stuff,
Yeah.
legally speaking,
Yeah.
it's not considered the author, right?
Right. Think of it like this.
Okay.
AI is a tool,
Uh-huh.
kind of like
Yeah.
a super fancy paintbrush, you know?
Okay, yeah.
It can help you create something incredible,
Yeah.
but it's not the one holding the brush,
Yeah.
making the creative decisions.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say I use one of these AI tools,
Okay.
something like OpenAI's GPT-3, to write a song.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean anyone can just take that song and use it however they want?
That's the thing about AI-generated content right now.
Okay.
Since it can't be copyrighted,
Yeah.
it's essentially open sourced.
So it's free reign.
Yeah, anyone can use it,
Wow.
change it, share it,
Well,
no
that's-
restrictions.
That's wild. It's like the Wild West of creativity out there.
It really is.
But hold on. What happens if I'm working with AI, but I'm still the one
Yeah.
making the big creative choices?
Now that's where things start to get really interesting.
Because it's not just about who's pushing the button,
Right.
but who's actually coming up with the ideas.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And this is where the law gets a little fuzzy.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of debate about how much human input is enough
Yeah.
to make something copyrightable
Yeah.
when AI is involved.
So if I'm using AI to, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
help me design a logo,
Okay.
but I'm the one giving it all the directions and tweaking the design,
Yeah,
that could potentially be protected.
it might be.
Okay.
Think of it like Google's Deep Dream.
Okay.
That program uses AI to turn images into these crazy, surreal works of art,
Uh-huh.
but the human chooses the original image
Yeah.
and guides the whole process.
Okay.
That level of human involvement could be enough
That's,
to make the final result copyrightable.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I guess the key is to really keep track of how much you're influencing the creative process
Mm-hmm.
when you're using AI.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The more you can demonstrate that you're the driving force
Right.
behind the work,
Yeah.
the stronger your case for copyright protection might be.
Okay. I'm starting to get the picture.
Good.
But let's be honest. This whole AI landscape is changing so fast,
Oh, for sure.
it's hard to keep up.
It really is.
It's like Bill Gates once said,
Yeah.
AI is like nuclear energy,
I remember that one.
both promising and dangerous.
Yeah.
We're still figuring out how to harness this incredible power responsibly.
Right. And
Right.
part of that responsibility lies in understanding the legal implication, especially when it comes to copyright.
Okay.
The future of creativity and who owns it
Right.
is at stake here.
Okay, so we've talked about the basics of AI and copyright
Hmm.
and how things get a little messy when humans get involved.
Right. Right.
But why does all of this really matter to someone like me?
That's a great question.
Or, to our listeners.
Yeah. And it's one we should definitely explore further.
Yeah.
Because whether you're a professional artist,
Right.
a hobbyist, or just fascinated by AI,
Yeah.
this stuff actually affects everyone.
All right, I'm all ears. Let's break it down.
Okay, let's do it. So if we connect this back to you, the listener,
Right.
think about your own creative work.
Yeah.
Maybe you're a musician using AI to generate melodies, or a writer using it for inspiration, or a graphic designer using it to create variations on a logo.
Oh, yeah. I've definitely dabbled with AI for some writing prompts.
Yeah,
It could be really helpful for getting past writer's block sometime.
for sure. Yeah.
But if you're using these tools,
Right.
you need to understand how this legal landscape
Right.
affects you.
Right.
Right now, purely AI-generated work can't be copyrighted.
Okay, so just to make sure I'm clear on this.
Yeah.
If I let the AI do all the heavy lifting,
Right.
and I don't really contribute much,
Yeah.
then technically,
Anyone could just take that work and claim it as their own.
that's the tricky part.
Okay.
And it's why it's so important to understand where the line is
Yeah.
between using AI as a tool and letting it be the sole creator.
Gotcha.
But remember, we talked about how human collaboration changes things.
Right.
The more creative control you have over the AI, the more likely it is that the final product
Yeah.
could be eligible for copyright.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
So how much human input is enough, though?
right.
Is there like some kind of magic formula?
Unfortunately, there's no hard and fast rule.
Okay.
But think of it this way.
Okay.
Are you just clicking a button and letting the AI do its thing?
Yeah.
Or are you actively making decisions?
Right.
Giving it specific instructions and shaping the output?
Okay.
The more involved you are in that process,
Right.
the better.
So if I'm using AI to help me compose a song,
Yeah.
but I'm the one choosing the chords, arranging the melody,
Yeah.
and writing the lyrics,
Yeah.
that would probably be considered enough human input.
It likely would.
Okay.
And this is where documentation becomes your best friend.
Oh, interesting.
Imagine you're going to court to defend your copyright.
Okay. Yeah.
You'd want to have a clear record of your creative process,
Uh-huh.
showing that you are the one calling the shots.
So kind of like keeping a behind-the-scenes logbook
It is.
of my creative journey with AI.
Timestamped screenshots of your AI settings,
Oh, cool.
notes on the prompts you gave it,
Yeah.
even recordings of you brainstorming ideas.
Wow.
All of that can be valuable evidence of your human authorship.
Okay, I'm going to start a folder right now called My AI Masterpieces, Human Version Confirmed.
Perfect.
Okay,
And another crucial step is to stay informed.
right.
This whole area of law is evolving rapidly.
Yeah, for sure.
So keeping an eye on updates from places like the U.S. Copyright Office and the World Intellectual Property Organization is essential.
Okay.
They're constantly evaluating how copyright applies to these new technologies.
So it's kind of like the Wild West out there,
Mm-hmm.
but the sheriff is trying to keep up and establish some rules of the road.
That's a great analogy.
All right.
And speaking of resources,
Yeah.
there are some really fantastic ones out there.
Yeah, we found some amazing stuff while researching for this deep dive.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
One that stands out is the Stanford Center for Legal Informatics.
Oh, yeah?
They're doing some truly groundbreaking work at the intersection of AI and law.
Right.
And they have a ton of resources, even courses, if you want to get into the nitty-gritty.
Well, okay.
And of course, the U.S. Copyright Office itself is a goldmine of information.
Yeah.
They have a really user-friendly website with all the latest guidance on copyright.
Right.
And they're constantly updating it to reflect the challenges posed by AI.
Yeah, it's definitely worth bookmarking that one
Absolutely.
if you're serious about protecting your work.
Knowledge is power,
All right.
especially in this rapidly changing landscape.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the legal stuff,
Yeah.
but I have to admit I'm a little fascinated by the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
Like, what does all this mean for the future of creativity itself?
That's the question that keeps me up at night.
Really?
And it's honestly what makes this whole topic so exciting.
Yeah, because one of our sources mentioned that AI could have a $15.7 trillion
Oh, wow.
impact on the global economy by 2030.
That's incredible.
That's just mind-boggling.
It is.
Yeah.
And if AI is going to have that much economic power,
Right.
who's going to control it?
Yeah.
Will it be big tech companies, governments?
Right.
Will individual creators even have a say?
It's like we're on the verge of this massive shift.
Yeah.
And no one knows for sure what the world will look like on the other side.
And the implications for creativity are just as huge.
Yeah.
What happens when AI can create art that's indistinguishable
Right.
from human-made art?
Wow.
Who gets the credit? Who profits? Who decides what's considered valuable?
It really makes you question everything we think we know about art.
It really
It's
does.
creation.
Yeah.
And even what it means to be human in a world that's increasingly shaped by technology.
It's almost philosophical, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And I think that's why this whole conversation about AI and copyright is so important.
It is.
It's not just about the legal technicalities. It's
Right,
about
yeah.
grappling with these big
The big question.
existential questions
Yeah.
about the future of art and creativity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a challenge to our assumptions about originality,
Right.
ownership, and the very definition of what it means to create.
And honestly, I find that incredibly exciting.
Me too.
It's like we're standing at the edge of this uncharted territory,
Yeah, it's brand
and
new.
we have the chance to shape what it becomes.
We do.
Yeah.
And I think the key is to approach it with a sense of curiosity,
Right.
a willingness to learn and adapt,
Yeah.
and maybe even a little bit of healthy skepticism.
Because the truth is, no one has all the answers right now.
Nobody knows.
We're all figuring this out together.
Yeah, it's a process.
So if our listeners could take away just one thing from this deep dive,
Okay.
what would it be?
I think it would be this.
Right.
Stay curious, stay informed,
Right.
and don't be afraid to experiment.
Yeah.
This is a time of incredible change and possibility.
It really is.
And the more we understand about AI and its implications,
Mhm.
the better equipped we'll be to navigate it in a way that benefits everyone.
Beautifully said. And hey, maybe someday we'll be having another deep dive where we can look back on all of this
Right.
and see how it all
Who
unfolded.
knows what the future holds?
I know. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Who knows what amazing creations will emerge from this fusion of human and artificial intelligence?
Right. That's what I'm excited to see.
It's going to be wild. And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive.
Okay.
But remember, this is just the beginning of the conversation.
Keep exploring, keep questioning,
Yeah.
and keep creating.
And as always, keep diving.
That's a wrap for this episode of Undone Marketing. If you liked what you heard, don't stop here. Check out our other episodes for more straight takes on today's hottest marketing topics. New episodes dropping weekly, so hit follow and stay ahead of the game. Got a question or topic you want us to tackle? Find us online and let's keep the conversation going. See you next time.